I'm the first discussant for today.
Say what?
So, good afternoon everyone. I'm the first discussant for today's topic. Our topic is Topic 6A, the values and use of gender-fair language in the Filipino youth. So, the principle of gender-inclusive language emphasizes the equal treatment and respect of women and men in all communications. This involves achieving gender balance using parallel word choices for both genders, and eliminating terms that are stereotyped or discriminatory. So language reflects societal changes, and our awareness of sexist language has evolved alongside the shifting roles of men and women. For instance, the term girl now exclusively refers to young females, while youth can denote young individuals of any gender. It is essential to use language that accurately represents individuals in the voice of intent or biases. So, the principle of gender-inclusive language is about ensuring that language reflects equal value and respect for all genders. So it's about creating a more inclusive and equitable world through the word use. So using language that doesn't automatically default to the male experience. Example for this is we use mankind. So instead of using mankind, we should use humankind. Or hey guys, instead of using hey guys, use instead hey everyone. So you can also choose that are equally applicable to both genders. So example is, instead of using chairman, you can use chairperson. Instead of using fireman, firefighter. So using it as a simple but powerful way to promote equality and respect for all. So making sure that everyone feels included and valued in our community. And also, we should respect people's beliefs. So sexism in language. It is the use of language which devalues members of one sex, almost invariably women, thus fosters gender inequality. And discriminates against women by rendering them invisible or trivializing them at the same time that it perpetuates notions of male supremacy. So sexism in language is a subtle but powerful form of discrimination that uses language to devalue and marginalize women. It often operates through unconscious biases and societal norms, making it difficult to recognize women in society. Just like for my example earlier, we use mankind. So instead of mankind, we should use humankind. So the word mankind is like erases the existence of women and the idea that men are the norm of the society. So phrases like man and wife, like Mr. and Miss De La Cruz. Of course, kapag kinakasal yung babae sa lalaki, dinadala ng babae yung apelido ng lalaki. So parang ini-imply dito na pagmamayari ng lalaki. But according to prevailing jurisprudence, you have option to use it or not. So we have to call it hyphenated last name. So hyphenated last name, it is the combined maiden name of yours and your husband. Using terms like chick, babe, sweetheart to refer women reduces them subject of sexual desires, diminish their worth, like parang nawawalan sila na. So of course, hindi naman natin nilalahat ang mga lalaki na meron silang ganung kapuluhan. Of course, we also perpetuate notions of male supremacy. They are also like weaknesses. So the phrases like man up. So this is like believe that ang mga lalaki ay parang stereotyping na dapat ang mga lalaki ay kailangan maging strong at hindi sila maging weaknesses. Also yung mga phrase na kapag tunay kang lalaki, hindi ka dapat umiiyak. Diba? So parang this reinforce the stereotypes that men should not express their emotions and feelings. So according to Maralim, Asher Shashon, The guidelines for bias republishing refers to language that avoids gender stereotyping. Journalistic writing should treat males and females equally by not only providing equal coverage of males and females, but also using gender-neutral language. As stated in the Civil Service Commission's Memorandum Circular Number 12, language is an essential tool in communication and articulates consciousness, reflects culture, and affects socialization. Hence, the need to recognize the importance of transforming language from traditional usage to more liberating one, that which is gender sensitive, which is true. So, by being aware of the ways sexism manifests in language and taking action to challenge it, we can create a more just and equitable world for all, not just for women, but also for men. Thank you.
Okay, next is some suggestions on how to use non-sexist language. So first, number one, eliminate the generic use of he, his, or him, unless the antecedent is obviously male by first is using plural nouns. For example, on traditional, the lawyer uses his brief to guide him, and the experts suggest that the lawyers use their briefs to guide them. So this is more on pronoun. So the use of non-sexist language is to promote the general more than specific pronunciation of every person. Next, letter B, deleting he, his, and him altogether, rewording if necessary. In traditional, the architect uses his blueprint to guide him, and in the suggestions of the expert, this is like the architect uses the blueprint as a guide. So, as you notice, in traditional, they use the word his. His is for man, and in suggested of the expert, in the suggestion, they eliminate the pronoun. Instead, they use the more general term. Letter C is substituting articles like a, an, and the. For his, using who instead of he. For example, in traditional, the writer should know his readers well, and it suggested the writer should know the readers well. So, as you notice, guys, the word his in traditional is changed into the. So, in letter C, that's it. You just change the a, and the, or you just change the noun. Next. Letter D, using what, we or you, using the passive voice. Traditional. In traditional, the manager must submit his proposal today. It suggested the proposal must be submitted by the manager. So, as you notice again, his was changed into the, or yes, the. Next, number 2, eliminate the generic use of man. Instead, use people, person or persons, human or humans, human being or human beings, humankind, humanity, and the human race. In traditional, ordinary man, mankind, the brotherhood of man. It suggested ordinary people, humanity, the human family. So, in number 2, this is, in traditional, this is like pride versus humility. Next, number 3 is eliminate sexism in symbolic representations of gender in words, sentence, and text. By first, letter A, taking the context of the word, analyzing its meaning, and eliminating sexism in the concept. So, in the traditional, feelings of brotherhood, feelings of fraternity. In suggested, feelings of kinship and solidarity. So, as you notice guys, in traditional, this is more on the pride. In suggested, this is more on humanity. Kinship means connection, relationship, or cooperation, like that. Letter B is finding precise words to delineate the field itself from supposedly sex-linked characteristics. In traditional, Titanic was a great ship, but she rests at the bottom of the sea. We suggested Titanic was a great ship, but it not rest at the bottom of the sea. So, as you notice, Titanic was a great ship, but she is Titanic's girl or a woman. So, di ba hindi? So, in suggested, they changed it into was. Titanic was a great ship, but not rest in the bottom of the sea. So they changed the pronunciation of, the noun she, because Titanic is not a girl. So that's it. I have Joseph Garfield. Next.
So the next one is eliminate sexual stereotyping of roles by A, using the same term for both genders when it comes to profession or employment. Sexual stereotyping refers to the idea that certain behaviors, roles, or jobs are meant for one gender, usually for men or women. These stereotypes can limit people's opportunities and how they are treated in society. To eliminate sexual stereotyping, we need to change how we use language to make sure we treat everyone equally regardless of gender. So, using the same term of both genders in a profession or employment. So, traditional salesman or stewardess. Suggested, sales agent or flight attendant. Using terms like salesman or sales lady, suggested that certain jobs are only for men or women. For example, salesman is often assumed to be for men, while sales lady is for women. Instead, using neutral terms like sales agent or flight attendants means anyone regardless of gender can do the job to encourage equality in the workplace. So next is using gender fair term and lexical terms. Traditional sportsmanship, suggested highest ideals of fair play. The term sportsmanship has been used to describe good character in sports, but it may seem to be linked with traditional masculine traits like strength or resilience. Instead, using the phrase highest ideas of fair play emphasizes values like fairness and respect, which apply to all players regardless of their gender. So, when we use highest ideas of fair play, hindi lang natin naipapakita na ang sportsmanship na word is para lang sa mga lalaki, hindi para rin sa mga babae. Kasi noon, yung sportsmanship or yung sports, masyado lang siya or ang gumagawa lang masyado ng sports is yung mga lalaki. But in our generation, in the field of sports, both men and women can be or can do the sports and be or have the title of sportsmanship. C. Treating men and women in a parallel manner. Traditional, I now pronounce you man and wife. Suggested, I now pronounce you as husband and wife. So in a wedding field, Kung dati sinasabi ng pare na I now pronounce you man and wife, ngayon is I now pronounce you as husband and wife. Because of the fact, dito, man and wife, kumbaga ang nabibigyan lang ng definition of, kumbaga, ang nabibigyan lang ng definition or responsibility in a wedding is yung babae. Kasi siya lang yung napalitan, hindi na siya women, naging wife na siya. Pero yung lalaki, still lalaki pa rin siya. So, isuggested siya na instead of man, sasabihin husband and wife kasi both men and women in the field of wedding, magkakaroon silang responsibility kung paano nila patakbuhin or kung paano nila agampanan yung pagiging isang kasal. The avoiding language that reinforces or stereotyping images. Traditional, a man's job, the director's Good Friday. Suggested, a big job, the director's assistant. So among job, yan yung images or picture na nagsasabi na yung work is parang sa lalaki. Yung director's Good Friday is yan yung mga babae or yung mga assistant. Kasi typically, yung mga, di ba, yung mga lalaki yan masyadong mga nasa high position. Yung mga babae, kumbaga, yun, parang ginalabel sila as assistant lang. Kumbaga, hindi sila tumataas. So, kaya siya tinawag na Director's Girl Friday. So, assistant ang tawag na dyan. So, suggested, instead of a man's job, a big job. Kasi both men and women can have a big job. And the director assistant kasi, kahit lalaki ka, pwede ka mag-assistant. Hindi lang babae pwede mag-assistant. Avoiding language that catches attention to the sex role of men and women. Traditional, working mothers, spinster or old. Maids, suggested wage-earning mothers or unmarried women. So, dito naman tayo sa mga babaeng may anak at saka babaeng walang asawa by a choice in other situation. So, instead of working mothers, sabihin natin is age-working mothers. So, yung splinters or old maids, pwede natin sabihin na unmarried women. Kasi minsan, baka choice ng babae na kaya siya napakakasal. 5. Eliminate sexism when addresses persons formally by using Miss instead of Mrs. So, traditional Mrs. de la Cruz suggests as Miss de la Cruz. So, although yung isang babae, meron kasi babae na kapag kinasal, gusto pa rin tawagin na Miss kasi ang perception nila is, although kasal na sila, hindi pa rin sila nagpapasakop sa pangalan nila na, kumbaga, although kasal na sila, hindi pa rin sila nagpapasakop sa pangalan ng lalaki. Kumbaga may individuality pa rin sila in terms of their name. So kaya instead of Mrs, dapat Miss pa rin. So pero maging aware pa rin tayo kasi meron din babae na Mrs pa rin yung gusto nila instead of Miss. Ka-dependent situation. So last, using a married woman's first name instead of her husband. Traditional Mrs. Juan de la Cruz suggested Miss Maria Santos de la Cruz. So, kapag kinasal yung babae, mas prefer pa rin na tawagin sila sa apelyido nila ay kaldo yung pangalan na Miss Maria Santos de la Cruz. C. Using the corresponding titles for females. Traditional Doctora Concepcion Reyes suggested Dr. Concepcion Reyes. So, dito sa corresponding titles for females, suggested talaga yung Dr. Concepcion Reyes. He said, pag sinateng doktora, sa babae lang talaga siya. Next is using the title of the job or group with the letters to one person. Traditional, dear sir, suggested dear editor, dear credit manager, dear employee. So dito naman sa unknown persons, dapat talaga na ilagay yung kwan nila, kung yung position nila kasi kumbaga kung nila pinagirapan nila. So as respected na rin sa binibigyan natin ng letter. So kapag yung teacher, lagyan natin ng ma'am. Ayan.
So, good morning everyone. Our topic is also equal gender neutral language and gender equality. So, sinasabi dito na tayong mga Pilipino ay gumagamit ng pronoun na siya instead of her or he or she na ginagamit ng mga foreigners or English people. So, an example of this is a sentence na nagsasabi na nakita ko siya kanina. So, dito is, hindi natin sinasabi kung ano yung kasarian ng tao na nakita natin. So, while dito sa isa namang example is, I saw her a while ago. So, we use to now to describe someone that we saw. Kaya natin ito ginagawa is para i-observe yung gender-neutral language na nagsasabi na kailangan natin gumamit ng general terms when describing someone. So, another example is, on a married couple, sinasuggest na, tayo mga Pilipino is, hindi natin tinatawag na husband or wife. Hindi natin tinatawag na husband or wife ang mga kabiyak natin kasi meron tayong term na asawa na ginagamit. So, another example is, not all the time is applicable itong gender equality, gender neutral language. Kasi meron tayong culture na tinatawag natin na ate, kuya, tita or tito, yung mga tao malalapit sa atin or matagal na natin kakilala or mga kamag-anak. So, that's it. Next is,
baka gusto mo ipagpalitan.
so another one is, the Philippine government is actively promoting gender fair language through initiatives like CFC's Memorandum on Non-Sexist Language and Official Communication. So the country is also influential in the international women's movement supported by various organizations and advocating for gender equality. So dito naman, sinasabi na ang gobyerno, our Philippine government ay nagsusulong ang paggamit ng wika na patas sa lahat ng kasarian. So, influencing words that doesn't specify gender. So, an example dito is, instead of policeman or policewoman, sinasuggest na gamitin natin na term is police officer. So, another one is, sinasabi na aktibo rin ang Pilipinas sa pagtataguyod ng karapatan ng kababaihan sa mundo. So, also, there's a lot of groups in the Philippines that promotes gender equality. Next is, the Philippines. Lastly, the efforts highlight gender equality as a critical issue in national discourse, driven by the strong advocacy of women, notably since the rise of Corazon Aquino as the first female president. There are significant opportunities for further progress in achieving gender equality in modern Philippine society. So dito naman is, nabigyang halaga ang pagtaguyod ng gender equality noong naging president or dito, isang a first female president in the Philippines na nagsimula ng gender equality activity. So dito is women has been prioritized and given equal and fair opportunities up until this day despite of challenges.
Tang ino.